Tauva rajatastitim Tatvad brahmani jivatvam vīkṣaṇīyā pashyati. The verses are all connected. So, we have to complete the topic. That's why I write 3 verses. It's more for myself. This is a very important analysis in our prakriya. This prakriya is the method. Prakriya is a method. A method employed to solve a problem that doesn't exist. But it is construed to be there. And therefore, we are not discussing, there is no reason for one to discuss about a non-existent problem. But it is not a problem. Once you get the hang of it, in a knot, there is no really a knot. If you get the hang of it, which side I have to pull? This end or that end? In one end, if you pull, it becomes more tight. If you pull this end, it resolves into one string. There is no knot. That's a very big thing. Did you get the hang of it? So this is, and therefore, one needs to look at the problem as one of mistake, error. But the one who is having the problem because of a self-confusion, a basic error, and therefore everything else is basically erroneous. The perception of myself and what I perceive in terms of its reality. It's all erroneous. Values get confused. Priorities get confused. And therefore, to put the whole thing in order, you have to resolve this problem of mistake, error. And therefore, the teaching is going to be entirely different. We are not really revealing a thing that is totally unknown. If you don't know about an object, we can teach. If you don't know language, you don't know a topic, any discipline, you can teach. Even if it is a topic, to understand which you need to know a series of topics. Like a person who has not gone beyond the elementary school, arithmetic, this person wants to learn calculus. It's not that he cannot learn. He can learn. But you have to cover various topics to bring the person to calculus. Therefore, there the topic is entirely different. There again, adhikaritvam is there, preparedness is there, adhikritasya adhikaritvam. Certain topics have to be covered so that the person is ready to launch into this discipline of knowing what is calculus. Thus, an unknown topic can be taught to a person by covering all the topics that are necessary, which are also unknown. And therefore, there is a syllabus. There are graded lessons, one after the other. The self is not like that. The self is something that is misconstrued. We are correcting a self-evident thing. Correcting our notion about ourselves. One has mistaken oneself to be this and that. And the person is anything but what one thinks about oneself. I am subject to time, I am subject to place, I am small. All these notions centered on oneself are notions. They are not true to what the self is. One really doesn't have a choice to know this or not. All choices due to ignorance only. If really one knows what one is, where is the choice? One person says, I am satisfied with all my limitations. I am content with my limitations. Hey, nobody says that you are going to get freed from limitations. Vedanta doesn't free you from limitations. Vedanta says, you need not underachieve. You are free from limitations already. Why do you want to be satisfied with my own limitations? Aisi hoga. Now and then sukh dukha hota hai. So life is like that. Sometimes the graph is up, sometimes it is down. You have to deal with that. And therefore you should always try to see which side is better. We don't say we solve a problem. So this particular thinking is foolish thinking. But the person is intelligent. And therefore it's not foolish. Person doesn't really know what one is missing. When I am already free from all the limitations that I think that I am subject to, then there is no choice for me whether to know this or not. But one has to see that much. And therefore here, the prakriya used, the methodology employed, has a certain common feature. Even though there are different ways of looking at what is. One common thing is this Anvaya Vyatireka method. What is invariably present? What comes and goes? When something comes, this is present. Something else comes, this is again present. This method is called Anvaya Vyatireka method. One fellow had, I don't know whether it is some alcohol, whiskey, with coke. Let us say, I don't know whether they take with coke. But just I am saying that you can give with coke. And the fellow went high. He touched the heaven almost. And then he took, what else you can take? Gin with coke. Okay? Vodka. Rum and coke. Rum and coke. And again he went high, equally high, quickly high. And a third one. I need third. No, coke. You should take it with coke. You tell me, gin with coke? Vodka. Yeah, that's what I said. So the third thing is vodka with coke. He went high, Russian high. Therefore, the conclusion is, what is common in all of them is coke. Coke is the cause for going high. Is it correct? That's not a conclusion because it's an incomplete Anvaya Vyatireka. Even though it was present in all the three, but that did not prove that that was the thing which made this person go high. Therefore, what you have to do, without whiskey, vodka, rum, you have to means, don't say, Swamiji told me, that's why. Therefore, one has to take this, and if the person goes high, these things are not responsible for that. And without coke, one takes any one of them, one goes high. Therefore, each one of them is alcohol. This is how Anvaya Vyatireka works. Every day we go through experiences. These experiences are the experience is now waking state. These are waking experiences. These experiences form the basis for all our dreams also. We gather memories and they form the basis for a projection in dream. And there is a logic there. But then they are memories. Your own memory is projected. And therefore, when you go through the dream experience, the waking is not there at all. When you are awake, the dream experience is not there. And both of them are not there in deep sleep. And you are awake, either to dream, half awake, you are half awake, to dream, there is no sleep. Fully awake, there is no sleep, much less dream. So, when you experience one particular state, the other two are missing. Therefore, all these three cannot be construed as experiences other than me, and they are all me alone. The waker and waking experiences are all centered on I. Waker is I, and the waking experiences are centered on I, and it is not other than me. It is the waker me. Then I go to sleep. It is a sleeper me. All waking problems are all gone. That is why when things are too much for you, so one takes too much for this man, the person takes some sedative, go to sleep, gets up better. No problem. The waker is not there in deep sleep. Therefore, waker is variable. Waking experiences are variable. In sleep, this waker is not there, much less experience of the waker. And the sleeper and sleep experience is not there when you are awake. You can be sleepy, but the sleeper is not there unless you are doing meditation. And therefore, this sleeper is missing in the waker. The waker is missing in the sleeper. Both of them are not anywhere around when one is dreaming. But waking up from the dream, I say, I dreamt. Waking up from sleep, I say, I slept. But in sleep, you don't say that I was awake before. In the dream also you don't say. That is why these two states of experience are pure bhoga. The person is incomplete. Once you are awake, you say, the one who slept and the one who dreamt is the one who is awake right now. Nobody says someone else was there. You slept. You say that. I slept. Whose dream? I dreamt. I am awake now. Therefore, waker is I, you can say. Whatever goes with the waker, whatever makes the waker, that waker is I. That is the meaning of I. This is what people think. This thinking is questioned by the Upanishad. This is the analysis made in the Mandukya Upanishad of Atharva Veda. Even Brother Anika does that. Jagrat Swapna Sushuptishu Anavastasu Avastasu. In all these three states of experiences, which are not constant, which are time-bound, one thing that is invariable is aham, aham, aham iti. Sakshat bhati, spurati. There is one I. This I. In all the three there is one I. That I cannot be construed as dreamer. Why? Because then I is waker also. I cannot be taken as waker for good. Because I is dreamer also, sleeper also. Therefore, who is this I? We can say, the waker is different from I. Never say that. Never say that. Because this is what they say. This is what we say modern Vedanta. Modern Vedanta means not understood Vedanta. There is no such thing modern Vedanta. This also they quoted. Swamiji, this modern Vedanta seems to sound better. Just because I say modern Vedanta doesn't mean that it is another type of Vedanta. It's not true. This waker does not exist without my being there. Waker am I. Therefore, I am the central being. I am the same person who wears costumes, assume different roles. I shed those costumes. And without the roles, I must be there because they are touching each other like Bhasmasura. Because the waker disproves the truth of dreamer and deep sleeper, and the dreamer has his own laugh. And he says, you know what then? So who are you? You are also not there. When I am there, you are gone. That is true. All your waking money means when you are awake, you know what you have, etc. is useless in the dream. I told you the other day, this fellow had a 6-course dinner, very heavy stomach, with solids and liquids. And this guy goes to sleep and then dreams. Because he is not able to sleep. Dream. Due to heavy stomach. The very dream is due to this overeating. But what is the dream? That he didn't eat for 3 days. He didn't eat for 3 days because he went on this hiking. Why they do this hiking, I don't know. But then the fellow fell down from a cliff because people don't feel they are alive. Unless you do some kind of adventure like this, then you become alive. That is because inside the person feels deadwood. There is no core person. The core person doesn't have any sap running. It's all deadwood. Therefore, you come alive only when you do something like this. Nothing wrong. But these kind of things will happen. The fellow fell down, fractured. Nobody is there. He's crying. Nobody hears. But he was there. The vultures have come to know. They are checking up whether the fellow is alive or not. That is the situation. 3 days. One vulture landed on him. When the fellow woke up, he is on the cart. So you thought it's real, you know. That's why. He has such a great satisfaction. We have got these kind of small joys in life. That we don't have a problem like this. It's a wonderful. Therefore, in order to be happy, all that is necessary, you have to imagine something very sad and worse than what you have. Then afterwards find out it's not true. Okay? Some cheap ways to find some happiness. Okay? Sometimes to shake them off is very difficult. Therefore, don't imagine too much, okay? You may get stuck there. And so, this waking food means waking state. Whatever food you had eaten, that food is of no use in the dream. That is why in the dream, your money has no credibility. It's not valid. And dream money is not valid here. And between them there is no exchange also. Both of them are as good as non-existent in deep sleep. And therefore, all the three states are me. I slept, I dreamt, I'm awake. So I am the central figure. But this invariable presence of I is to be discerned as one that is free from all the notions, attributes gathered as a waker. These are costumes. And thereby I gather a status. Varieties of attributes give rise to that status. I am tall, I am fat, I am an engineer, doctor, etc. All these from different standpoints. I have too many things to talk about myself. Son of so and so, etc. You position yourself. In the entire scheme of things, the latitude, longitude, where you are. You are on the globe, on this earth, one of the planets, going round the sun. Walking this way, moving slant and wobbling away. This is how you are there on this globe, on this earth. There again, there is a point where you are. So this person, this is me. You can tell different things about yourself. A number of things, including your constitutional limitations, allergy. You go to a doctor, he asks what you are allergic to. My first allergy is doctor. I mean allergy doctor. So there are doctors, there are so many things I am allergic to. One can say. It's all about yourself, the waker you, not the dreamer you. The waker you. All from different standpoints. And these attributes, each one of them screams about what you are not. And that these attributes make you insignificant. They can make you also significant. If these attributes make you what you are, you are insignificant. If you are someone whose presence is invariable, without whom there is no waker. When you say waker, the ER is you. The pratyaya, the suffix added to waker, that ER is Atma, is I. Dreamer, ER is I. Sleeper, ER is I. What is I? Neither sleep. You know, ER, ER, ER. Don't add up. The ER is common. ER is I. Minus sleep, minus dream, minus waking. Therefore, don't say, I am not the waker. I am the ER in the waker. I am the ER in the dreamer. I am the ER in the sleeper. This is a new way of teaching. The ER is I am. Sleep is a condition with reference to which I am a sleeper. Dream is another condition. It's my privilege to dream. Get rid of a lot of things which I cannot get rid of waking. Even God comes in the dream only. Because he is afraid of meeting this fellow during the waking. Religions are founded on that. And therefore it's a privilege to dream and get rid of some of these problems. Some fears, some pressures, all these will go away. In the waking I am guarded. When all the gods are down, so dream can express through dream some of the pressures underneath can surface and get themselves resolved. Dream is an outlet. It's not an inlet. It's not an inlet. You are only a bhokta. Waking, outlet, inlet. Both. Because here you are Vishwa. We have a name, you become Vishwa. As an individual, you are complete. That's a difference in definition between these three. One is both karta and bhokta, veka. You have the free will, karta. You are the bhokta. You are the free will, you are the enjoyer, bhokta. In the dream, you are only bhokta. In the deep sleep, even the bhokta is God. The bhoktritvam is God. Bhokta is not. ER is always there. This ER is called Turiyaha. In the Mandukya Upanishad, Ayam Atma Chatushpat. Ayam Atma Brahma. In the morning I mentioned this. Not knowing is following here. So I can now complete that. All that is here is Brahman. This Brahman is I am Atma. This I am Atma is Chatushpat. It has 4 quarters. That's an expression, Chatushpat. 4 quarters. Like a dollar has 4 quarters. It consists of 4 quarters. Really speaking, it is to be understood. Don't count this number 1, 2, 3, 4. But now provisionally, one is Jagarita Sthana, Vishwaha, Sthula book. The one who operates in the waking state, experiences through the senses this sensory world. Sthula book, Sthulan Vishayan Bhunkte. And let us call this person Vishwaha Namakaranam. A name is given, this fellow is Vishwaha. It's a Vishwa. That is the name of waker. That is one pada, the first pada. 1 quarter. The other quarter is Swapnasthanaha, Sukshma book, Pravivikta book, Taijasaha, Tejomaya Antakarana Vritti Rupatvat, Taijasaha. The dreamer is called Tejasa. And enjoys whatever projected by his own, from his own memories. Purely Sukshma. These senses are all not functioning at that time. Sukshma. It's all projection. Even the body is created to enjoy the world. The subject, object, senses, all of them projection. Beautiful. It's a clean srishti. And then Sushuptasthanaha, obtaining in deep sleep state, is the sleeper. His name is Prajna. Prajna eva Prajna. Just a conscious being. Cheto Mukha. No particular experience, no object experience will get up. Potential, everything is unmanifest. Individuality is unmanifest. His own karma, etc. is going to be unfolded. That is the upadhi, because of which he is a deep sleeper. That is the kāraṇa, the kāraṇa sharira. His sanchita karma and what is going to come in the prarabdha here and manifest. It will get manifest. That is the Karana Upadhi. With this Upadhi, this fellow is a sleeper. And now, he says, all these three are Atma. A quarter is there because one is there. But one is not a quarter. Second quarter is there because one is there. But one is not the quarter. The third quarter is there because one is there. One is not the quarter. That one is called Turiyaha Chaturtaha. Chaturtham manyante sa atma savigneyaha. That is the one to be understood. Nanta prajnam nabahi prajnam. No bhayata prajnam na prajnam na prajnam. Neither the waker consciousness nor dreamer consciousness, dream consciousness, nor sleep consciousness, nor unconsciousness, or ektam consciousness of all the three. No. Then what is that? Or no bhayata prajna. Neither in between waking and dream, the twilight zone, even that consciousness, it is not. What is that? That is simple consciousness. Sarvatma pratyaya saraha. Shantam shivam manyante. Sa atma savigneya. It is shantam, always. It is not shanti that you find out between two spells of problems, agitations. It is shanta, not subject to modification, change. Shiva, Ananda. Shantam Shivam. Ekatma pratyaya saram. That which is one non-dual, understood by the pramana as one that obtains in all cognitions. Pradibodha viditam matam. That which cannot be missed at any time. In all forms of perception, in all cognitions, that which is always present. The invariable presence. That is called, that is Atma, to be understood. And therefore you can understand, it's not to be found in one particular state of consciousness. They say that, Swamiji, I want to gain this fourth state of consciousness. Fourth state of consciousness. So blabbering is there is no fourth state. There is not even there is no one state. States among themselves are three. But consciousness don't count as one of them. And therefore, there are diverse things in this world. And for these people, you don't understand. Even God is one of those things. There are potatoes, and there are tomatoes, and there is God also. So one among the many. Very funny people. Therefore, it is not another state of consciousness. It is just consciousness which is present, which cannot be hidden. Which cannot be hidden. In the Upanishads, it is told, it is something like somebody wants to clothe the space. You want to wrap up the space with some sari. Wrap up big robes first to cover the space. But you can get rid of the concept of space if you go to sleep, but you cannot get rid of consciousness, because that is the truth of everything. And therefore, this is the Mandukya Upanishad. He is presenting the theme here. The whole section is presented here in these 3 verses. We will read the words tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnah Purnamudachyate